But first, right now here on the WHAS 1119, we are following a very tense situation just east of downtown Louisville along Frankfort Avenue in the Clifton neighborhood. As you can see from this live picture coming to us from night team photojournalist Ian Hardwitt, a large number of Metro police officers are on the scene. Let me tell you where they are. This is Frankfort Avenue, you know, right where those railroad tracks cross Frankfort Avenue. This is where this is located in this general area. One eyewitness there very nearby tells me that several shots have been fired starting around 10:30 tonight, but moments ago they were also told the all clear has been given by police. Now, I just talked to David Allen. He's the general manager of the Veronese restaurant on Frankfort Avenue, right by those railroad tracks. This is sort of near where the scene is happening. He told me that shortly after 10:30, they went outside and heard a quick 3 to 4 shots fired. Several more police officers then arrived on the scene there on Frankfort Avenue, and 5 to 6 minutes later, up to 10 more shots were fired, according to Allen. Allen told me that he could not tell who was firing the shots at the moment, but he says police are still all over the area, canvassing the area, investigating the scene. Just 10 minutes ago, Allen told me police did approach them at the restaurant and told them they had secured the scene, and he was told that they could all then go home. No one at that restaurant has been hurt. We are waiting to get more details from police. WHAS 1119's Connor Steffen, our reporter, is there on the scene also gathering information. We're going to join him live in this newscast in about 10 minutes from now, so stay with us on this very developing story there in the Clifton area. And hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the night team. I am Doug Proffitt. Right now tonight, also knocking on doors, talking one-on-one, neighbors across Highview tonight. Get a personal briefing from the mayor and others, getting them ready for when the city will burn down a dangerous home. WHAS 1119's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Ian Hardwitt were there earlier, showing us how hundreds of volunteers knocked on over 900 homes, doors of 900 homes ahead of Monday's meetings.
How are you? I'm Mayor Craig Greenberg.
If you happen to wonder where your elected leaders were tonight, nearly a dozen were in Highview. Neighbors found themselves opening the door to find the likes of Mayor Craig Greenberg and Deputy Mayor David James on the other side.
I was actually watching TV and all of a sudden I heard a doorbell and I thought, what's going on? That's when I found out about it.
Before taking care of the controlled burn at this home and garage on Applegate Lane that will force thousands to evacuate their homes.
If there's an evacuation, we have to leave. How long and what's it going to affect?
Leaders took first steps to answer questions and spread the word about a community meeting Monday inside Highview Baptist Church.
This individual has not been a great neighbor, and so everyone is looking forward to this being done.
Getting the word out efficiently took squads from nearly every metro department.
You all will get off at that intersection.
And crews in the hundreds traveling by the busload to cover a half-mile radius, knocking on the doors of about 900 homes.
Something was blowing up there. Didn't know what it was. She said it sounded like a cannon going off.
Including Stephen Wart's childhood home, where his mother now lives.
Well, I mean, you can see how it's all grown up and everything. You couldn't see the house for years.
It sits just one house down from where the controlled burning will take place.
Do you wonder what the end goal was?
Right. I was just wondering, was he planning on going somewhere and blowing something up? Was he planning on blowing up his house and everything around us?
While we don't know those answers,
what was his idea?
Wart's thankful at least some will come on Monday. His neighbors share in that sentiment.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I grew up in this neighborhood for almost all my life. And something like this to happen is just beyond what I can even imagine.
Hoping an unthinkable situation will soon have a safe ending.
Now, the owner of the home on Applegate Lane, Mark Hibble, is now facing new charges of burglary. A grand jury has indicted him on those charges and wanton endangerment. His bond has also been raised to $50,000. Louisville Metro Police Chief Jacqueline Gwynn Villarreal announced the new charges during a news conference today where city leaders provided more information about the controlled burn and how many people might be asked to leave their homes before it happens. WHAS 11's Travis Breeze and photojournalist Jessica Farley have the update on possible evacuations.
It will not happen, and I will not authorize it until we are ready to do this safely.
Mayor Craig Greenberg and Louisville's top safety officials doing their best to reassure people Thursday that they have the Applegate Lane situation under control. The controlled burn won't happen until the week of August 14th at the earliest. Greenberg and Emergency Management Director Jody Myman notified homes within a 0.5-mile radius about the community meeting on Monday. They don't know for sure if an evacuation is necessary, but they said it could affect up to 2,000 people.
It could. We're going to plan for a couple days. We hope to get the residents back within their house within the day that we're doing it. We're going to be air monitoring, and that's going to be what it's up to.
The city also giving us a first look at the conditions inside the home. Here you can see pots, pans, boxes, even glass beakers inside the home of Mark Hibble.
To give you a sense of the hoarder conditions that we have been describing.
The next level out is to protect the people that are in close proximity.
Metro Councilman Jeff Hudson says he is confident that the city is consulting with all the right people to make sure his constituents in the 23rd District are safe.
From what I've seen, this is the best approach.
More explosions are a possibility, but the city is firm that this is the safest way to dispose of the chemicals.
There is explosive material inside that home, and that is the reason why we are planning this so meticulously.
In Louisville, with photojournalist Jessica Farley, I'm Travis Breeze for the WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Now, the meeting on Monday is going to be held right here at Highview Baptist Church on Faganbush Lane. It is 2 miles from Applegate Lane and 5 minutes for most of the impacted homes in the neighborhood. And the folks at the church led us inside today to show you the sanctuary area where the meeting will be held. Because of the large number of people expected, the mayor spent a lot of time today urging people to watch the meeting online unless you were directly impacted. Now, the meeting is going to be held at 6:30 p.m. on Monday night at Highview. To attend in person, you will be asked to show your ID or a piece of mail to prove that you live in the area. And you can watch Monday night's meeting on the Metro TV Facebook page. Well, a New Albany company is shutting down part of its plant after a third chemical leak since March there happened today. Take a look at this, the massive plume of yellow and orange smoke spotted in the air rising from the Bluegrass Chemical Specialties building off Mount Tabor Road. It happened around 3 this afternoon in southern Indiana. The city of New Albany says the plume is a form of nitrogen oxide. Employees of the plant were evacuated and a shelter in place was ordered, but the all clear was given at about 4:15 this afternoon. According to the city, this plant had similar incidents happen in March and June. The city says Bluegrass Chemicals is voluntarily shutting down the affected processes and will not operate them again until the root cause is found into what's been happening there. Happening today, the suspended Manual High School football coach who was indicted on 20 charges related to a sexual relationship with a student. Donnie Stoner is charged with 6 counts of rape, 6 counts of sodomy, and 8 counts of sexual abuse. A Jefferson County grand jury returning those indictments today. Stoner is accused of sexually abusing a 17-year-old female student from May to July of this year. He remains in jail on a $50,000 bond. At his arraignment this week, he pleaded not guilty. Also new tonight, former U of L basketball star Terence Williams was sentenced to 10 years in prison today for ripping off the NBA's health and welfare benefit plan. Williams was also ordered to forfeit more than $650,000 and to pay $2.5 million in restitution. A judge said Williams used his people skills to entice others to aid in his health care fraud after he, quote, frittered away substantial earnings from his professional career. Williams played at U of L under Rick Pitino from 2005 to 2009 and was taken 11th overall in the 2009 NBA draft. It's a first of its kind in Indiana. Today, a drug dealer was sentenced for selling the pills that killed another person. According to court documents, officers found a woman dead of a possible overdose at a hotel in Scottsburg, Indiana on January 3rd of this year. Wilburn Bingaman of Scottsburg admitted today that he gave his girlfriend several hydrocodone pills that he had picked up from a pain clinic. Today, Bingaman pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
I've spoken to Miss Malden's mother on multiple occasions, and she was in the courtroom today. It was nice to know that she was able to leave the courtroom with some relief and some closure.
Scott County Prosecutor Chris Owen says they're investigating overdose deaths and will try to bring more charges like this. Former President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty to charges in connection with alleged attempts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. It is now the 3rd time that Donald Trump has been indicted on criminal charges. ABC's Justin Fentz has the latest on the charges and Donald Trump's response.
Before a federal magistrate judge in D.C., former President Donald Trump entered a not guilty plea to all 4 criminal counts he was charged with by special counsel Jack Smith. ABC News learning that Smith was also in the courtroom. At one point, Trump staring right at him, clasping his hands on the table. Smith indicted Trump on felony charges, including conspiracy to defraud the United States and conspiracy against rights, meaning Trump is accused of stopping people from exercising their right to vote. The judge explaining to Trump he could face more than 50 years in prison if convicted on all 4 counts. Trump was released on conditions including not communicating facts about the case to anyone Trump knows to be a witness unless through counsel or with counsel present. He spoke on the tarmac at a D.C. area airport before heading back to his New Jersey estate.
This is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America.
Trump is now set for a pretrial hearing for August 28th in Smith's sweeping investigation, alleging he and his allies plotted to overturn his 2020 election loss to Joe Biden, culminating in the deadly January 6th riot at the Capitol.
The attack on our nation's capital on January 6th, 2021 was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy.
The indictment also accusing Trump of knowingly promoting false election fraud claims and pressuring former Vice President Mike Pence to reject electoral votes on January 6th. And Trump's defense team is blasting the special counsel's indictment against him as an attack on his free speech. But Trump's former attorney general is hitting back, saying free speech does not give one the right to engage in fraudulent conspiracy. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Louisville UPS Teamsters are now endorsing the proposed contract from UPS. This comes after they were the only representatives at a private meeting in Washington to vote no on its recommendation. In a Facebook post, Louisville's Teamsters chapter said they originally voted against recommending the agreement due to concerns over market rate adjustments, which can adjust an employee's salary. Now that those concerns have been addressed, they're recommending that the members vote yes. In the post, they call this new agreement the most historic step forward in the union's history.